The Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show is all about promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. If there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005. Welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show, the show that promotes the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. So if there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005. That number once again is 0788 280 9005, or take time to visit our website at www.tonyfernandez.co.uk. It's all about promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world, making progress every day in our life. And it's always down to us to promote our narratives, not just now in Black History Month, but now and always keeping the pace to make the world a better place. And on today's show, we have an amazing gentleman. He's also the culture ambassador. He has over 30 years experience as a creative visual entertainment artist. He's performed for so many celebrities around the world, past presidents, royals, celebrities, and people making a difference. He's also performed in over 500 public and private schools here in the UK. He's traveled around the country, traveled around Europe, and he's very passionate about promoting African cultural heritage. So it's a pleasure to have on the show for the very first time, culture ambassador, celebrity culture ambassador, Ayan De First. Welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show. You're an early riser just like myself, and it's Black History Month. How are you feeling today?
Thank you very much for having me on your wonderful show, because I've been longing to be on this show for a long time, because you are doing an amazing job. And I commend you highly for what you are doing, because you are not a selfish person, but you take everybody on board and promoting everybody. So thank you very much for having me. So I'm very well this morning. I'm doing very well. I'm doing great.
And you continue to promote African culture, heritage, now in UK, Europe, and other parts of the world, and Nigeria as well. You've also performed for Nigerian presidents. You've performed for royals here in the UK. But for the benefit of all our listeners around the world, living outside the UK, who do not know much about Ayan De First, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and the things you're most passionate about in life?
All right, thank you very much, Tukumbo. As you have said, my name is Ayan De First, but you did not complete it. Ayan De First, Mr. Culture. So, anyway, right, okay, yeah. I was born to a drummer's family, a musician family. When I say musicians, we are talking of traditional epic musicians. And then that has started from my great-grandfather. My great-grandfather was a musician, a talking drummer, a singer, everything. So, and then that was passed on to my granddad, and my granddad, my granddad passed it on to my dad. And my dad, when I was, like 4, 5 years old, so he has been taking me, out, holding me like this, sometimes carrying me. And when we get to wherever we are going to perform, put me down, give me that tiny drum. And then, so as I was growing up, so it kept changing the sizes of the drum. And then I started following my uncles out to perform as well. So I become an apprentice at the early age of 5. And then when I started my primary school, so anytime I came back from school, so my mom would, used to tell me that, oh, your dad and your uncles, they are performing somewhere. So, then did I even have like a school bag? I can't remember now. We used to carry the big notes and exercise book on our and like that. So I put my exercise book and everything down, and then I used to go and perform, with my uncles and my dad. Anyway, then when I started secondary school, I discovered that African music is not really, really appreciated in Western world as it should be. So since then, I've aimed that I will try the best possible, to make sure that at least, I will, propagate, African culture to an extent and things like that. So anyway, when I was in secondary school, I was a very good science student. And my ambition was to become a pharmacist or a medical doctor. Okay. So after we call it JAM, after my secondary, the final exam is in secondary school. So I came out with flying colors, and I was aspired to become a pharmacist or a medical doctor. However, my dad told me, no, you are not studying pharmacy or medicine. And I said, okay, why? And he told me that he wanted me to continue his grandfather's profession.
Legacy.
So, okay, because we are very close. And if you can remember, back home in Africa, then, I don't know about now, there was that obedience. You obey your dad, you obey your mom, because you believe in them that they can never lead you astray. So, and I said, okay, no problem. So instead of going to study medicine or pharmacy in university, I went to study drama art at Ile-Ife, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, African studies. Okay, so when I finished, so all along while I was studying that, at the same time, I was saying to myself that I want to have streams of income. I don't want to be stagnant, like doing only one thing. So I started, I went to Olusegun College to study like a visual art. So, okay. So, and then, so I matched the two together. So when I, came out, when I graduated, and so I started exhibiting my artworks all over West Africa, African countries. So, and then there was a particular woman, a German lady. She was the deputy director of German Cultural Center in Victoria Island, Idowu Taylor. So this woman so much, appreciated my works. She liked me personally as, as an artist. So she always recommended me to many, 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 many people. So anyway, that was a world artist exhibition, an exhibition for all the artists across the world in the Berlin back in 1990. And the woman, got me an invitation to go there. But before that happened, I got a work permit to come to Great Britain. So anyway, I submitted all my works, the exhibition went well, they sent me my money, but I was already here. So when I came over here, I was performing in the community, in schools. I was working within the educational sector. So, and then I was working hand in hand with libraries, theater houses, different community centers, so to promote African arts and culture. So anyway, and I was brought to Manchester, in northwest of England. So I used to travel to Yorkshire, around all Yorkshire, primary school, secondary school, Lancashire, Cheshire, just like that. Anyway, so it became apparent that, as a young man from Nigeria, so Manchester was too quiet for me then, because there was not many, Nigerians, were there. So I decided to relocate to London for to be doing performing with live band and things like that. So anyway, I relocated to London. When I got to London, there wasn't any live band eventually I met one or two live band. So we put everything together that, okay, we should have a resident live band, in UK. And we started doing that. So, but before then, this is a very interesting story. Before I was struggling to make an ends meet, because what I was used to performing here and there wasn't any social gathering, to perform, for them and things like that. Everything was quiet. There was a particular day I was so broke. I was out of pocket. So I had £1, maybe £1, 40 something or 50 something pence on me on that day. But don't forget, TTF, then one drop on a bus, red bus in London, was 50 pence. Anyway, I took my drum and I got on the bus and I went to Clapper North Station. So, and I was busking, because I've seen so many, people busking, playing guitar and things like that. I said, I could do this as well to get some money. I was busking, I was enjoying myself. People were enjoying the way I was playing, and they were dropping money for me. There came the security, guy. He just kicked me out of the station, said to me that I was making too much noise with my drum. I said, okay, fine, no worries. I just got out. But I counted the money that I've, collected so far. It was not good. It wasn't enough. Then I went to Balam Station again to busk again. So anyway, eventually I made £17, maybe 70 something pence. But I was happy because I could sustain myself for a week then to eat. So, but following that, I was saying to myself that, okay, this guy kicked me out of, on that London Underground Station. Knowingly or unknowingly, for him, maybe he knows or he would not know at all. I will make sure that I take my music, to different bigger, avenues and centers. And I pray to God that may Almighty God elevate me to be able to perform for the celebrities, across the world. And everything just came to pass. Following that, I was invited to perform for Sir Richard Branson.
Now, when we talk about the celebrities, because it's fascinating, you've performed for so many celebrities around the world, mainly in UK and in Nigeria. Can you tell the listeners around the world some of the many celebrities you performed for? Who were
Okay.
the most memorable and why?
Okay. That was what I was going to say. That following the kick out of from London Underground Station, I performed for Sir Richard Branson at London Heathrow VIP Lounge. So during the inauguration of the first Virgin Atlantic flight from Heathrow to Lagos. And following that, I was invited to perform at Labour Party campaign for Harriet Hamman. I believe everybody knows Harriet Hamman. You know, she's an MP. Okay. So after that, I was invited again to perform for Harriet Hamman and Labour Party members, and including Peter Mandelson, one of the godfather, you know, among Labour Party members. After that, I was, you know, invited to perform for Her Late Majesty and the royal family at Buckingham Palace during the Golden Jubilee 2002. And it didn't stop there. I've performed for many, for Nigerian presidents, Alhaji Abubakar, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, different governors, Nigerian governors, including Bukola Saraki, including Aregbesola, and many, many more. And then in 2011, I was invited again to perform for His Royal Highness King Charles III at St. James's Palace. Okay, and then that was 2011. The following year again, I was invited to perform for him and Princess Camilla again. So, and then just everything was just on and on. And I performed for Jeremy Corbyn as well, former Labour leader. I performed for Madonna, you know. So, yeah, so, and just.
It's been such yeah, go ahead.
I performed for I can't remember their names now, but at least 2 Lord Mayor of London. And in light of my performances, and because I performed at Mayoral Day, they normally do Mayoral Day in London in January. I can't remember the name, the date. So now I was awarded a, let me show you, hold on 1 second. So I was awarded this historical British medal to become a free man in London. I was told that anytime I put on this medal, even if I go to number 10 Downing Street, wearing this medal, I'll be let into any venue for any occasion or something like that. So yeah, so that was.
Now, it's been such a fascinating journey for you. It continues to be a fascinating journey. Yes. And there are many more.
I'm sorry to cut you off. The most memorable performance for the celebrity I can think of are my performance for Her Late Majesty and the royal family at Buckingham Palace, my performance for His Royal Highness King Charles III at St. James's Palace, and for him and Princess Camilla in Croydon. So those are the, you know, and one of the most memorable one was the one that I got kicked out of the station as well.
And you know, it's fascinating because being kicked out from Clapham North Underground Tube Station, these are the kind of experiences that push us further to fulfill our calling and our passion in life. And you will agree with me on that. That those are the moments that lift us up with passion
Exactly.
and with purpose to continue the legacy we want to see in the world today. And talking about legacies, talking about initiatives, you've also inspired us every single year with an African annual Gala night initiative. Uh, and the next one is coming up next month, I believe,
Yeah.
in Hilton Hotel in Croydon. Now, for the benefit of all our listeners around the world, not just in the UK, but around the world, can you tell us more about this annual initiative taking place next month in Croydon and what we can expect?
Okay. Thank you so much. After I've performed for so many celebrities and I've performed at different venues, so I sat down and I thought about legacy, to leave a legacy. And that was how I came up with this idea of, building a platform in a social, gathering, for all Africans and friends of Africa, to come together, network together, socialize, and mingle together. So I have this one coming up on the 4th of November, the first Friday of November, at Hilton Croydon, Warding Polyway, CRO 4HH. So now, and what to expect on the day, number one, is a dinner setup. Because I believe that there's nothing stopping us from celebrating our culture in a corporate way. And then it's a dinner setup. When you come in, there's a red carpet. You register at the table after, those who have purchased the tickets. And then there'll be buffet. However, the only difference between this gala night and all others is mainly pure African vibes, because you will have different artists from 8 different African countries performing on the night. Okay, and then there will be a raffle draw, there will be an auction, and there will be a very lovely gift bag with different goodies in the bag. So
now, we've just put your contact details below the screen for all our listeners to see in case
yes,
they want to get in contact with you.
yes.
But most importantly as well, not to take anything for granted, if people want to get tickets, where do they go?
Okay, if people want to go get ticket, they just go to, click on Eventbrite and type in African with N, African Cultural Gala Night, African Cultural Gala Night, and they'll be able to purchase tickets. However, if they get in touch with Tony Tokumbo Fernandez, yeah, they can easily get the tickets or call my number on the screen.
Okay, so your number is just below the screen now,
yeah.
Also for people who wish to get in contact with you. For benefit of our listeners who don't live in that part of London, I'll call it Surrey, and they want to get to the venue, because we've got to be specific. Are we talking about West Croydon or East Croydon here?
East Croydon. Polyway, Warding Way, Polyway. So, because there are 2 Hilton hotels in Croydon, it's not the one opposite, what do you call it, Home Office. It's not the one opposite Home Office. It's the one on Warding Way, Polyway. It's not far from East Croydon Station. So
not far from
and if
East.
anybody, that would be like 2 cars on the night, in case anybody is not driving and is finding it difficult to locate. As long as that person can get to East Croydon Station and call my number, yeah, so he or she can easily be picked up, because you have 2 cars standby on that day to pick people from the station in case anybody is struggling.
In terms of the 2 standby cars at the station,
yeah,
do you have contact numbers or contacts for those standby cars in case people want to connect?
Yes. If they shall I just say it now? It's 07 462 348681. His name is Akin. 07 462 348681. So he's in charge and he's one of the drivers on the day.
I'm sure our listeners around the world today who are eager and passionate to attend this event taking place next month are also eager and passionate to have a bit of a flavor of what to expect on the evening. And I'm sure you have your talking drums right now,
yes,
just to give them a flavor.
Yeah. Just my talking drum is my second wife. So it's always beside me, and I take good care of my talking drum, like I take good care of my wife. So okay.
Absolutely amazing.
I just said Tony Tokumbo Fernandez.
Well,
did you pick that?
Yes, I did. In spirit.
Tony Tokumbo Fernandez. I'm not asking you to give me money. Eh? Yes.
Okay. So if you check your phone now, a PayPal has just come through. But
okay.
On a very final note,
okay.
What's your final message for Africans and Caribbeans around the world today as part of Black History Month?
Okay. My message is very clear. Do not let us forget our origin. And then do not let us lose the confidence in ourselves, in our culture, in our everything, because we are blessed with so many things. African people, Caribbean people, we are so blessed, and we should be thankful to Almighty God for enormous blessings upon us. So we should always be confident, in everything that we have and in ourselves. And let's continue promoting our cultural heritage.
That's fantastic. And without forgetting that I'm very proud of you, the legacy you're creating today and the legacy you're creating tomorrow to make the African narrative more purposeful in our lives now and in the future. And God bless you. Keep shining. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you, all listeners across the globe, for supporting Tony Tokumbo Fernandez show. Please do not relent. We appreciate and value your support on this show. God bless you all. Thank you so much for having me once again on your wonderful show. Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you.